Hello Namibia, welcome to the FLI Podcast. I'm your host Betty, and today on Money Matters Namibia, we are joined by
Victoria Raymond.
Thank you so much for coming, Ms. Raymond. Now, Ms. Raymond comes from NAMFISA. Could you just tell us what you do, what your role is at NAMFISA?
Thank you very much. My name is Victoria Raymond. I'm responsible for corporate communications and consumer education at NAMFISA. I sit under the office of the CEO. I'm responsible for the brand and the reputation, and also the official spokesperson of NAMFISA.
All right. So NAMFISA plays a critical role in supervising and regulating non-banking financial institutions here in Namibia. This includes pension funds, insurance companies, microlenders, and other financial service providers that many Namibians may interact with on a daily basis. So today we unpacked regulation, consumer protection, as well as the role financial literacy plays in strengthening trust in financial systems. NAMFISA plays a critical role in regulating and supervising non-banking financial institutions here in Namibia. This includes pension funds, insurance companies, microlenders, as well as other financial service providers that many Namibians interact with on a daily. So today we unpack regulation, consumer protection, as well as the role that financial literacy plays in strengthening trust in our financial systems. Ms. Raymond, welcome to Money Matters Namibia.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity.
Ms. Raymond, could you please explain your role at NAMFISA and how it connects to protecting consumers and maintaining confidence in Namibia's financial system?
Before I do that, I think I really just want to make it very simple for my fellow Namibians in terms of our mandate at NAMFISA. So there are two regulators in Namibia. It's NAMFISA, and then there's the Bank of Namibia. So let me take you on a journey. Ladies and gentlemen, take out your canvases, take out your paint brushes, because we are going to paint a sketch together. All right? Let's do this. So in Namibia, there are two financial regulators. There's the banking regulator, then there's a non-bank regulator. Now the banking regulator, which is Bank of Namibia, is responsible for all the banks, and would usually say deposit-taking institutions, which is the bank. All right. On the other side, that also regulates the financial industry is NAMFISA. Now, NAMFISA regulates all the non-bank institutions. So mostly institutions that are not deposit-taking, but they give products and they give services. If you look at the financial industry in Namibia, banking and non-banking, it's an industry that is worth over 7 billion Namibian dollars. Now, if you look at mandate and who's responsible for how much they are regulating in terms of billions, is that NAMFISA is responsible for 70% of the financial industry, which gives you close to 500 billion. On the other side, you have Bank of Namibia that is responsible for close to 200 billion. So together, these two regulators, Bank of Namibia and NAMFISA, regulating the entire banking industry, they make sure that there is financial sustainability in the country. If institutions fail, be it in the banking institution or the non-banking institution, these two regulators are interconnected. The financial industry is interconnected. So we work very closely together to ensure that there is financial stability. So now that you've finished painting that, please hang it in your living room or wherever it is so that you can understand the difference and the mandate between NAMFISA and Bank of Namibia.
Okay, to an ordinary consumer, how would you explain what NAMFISA's core mandate is? Like, which sectors fall under your supervision?
All right. So NAMFISA is an acronym. It's a shorter version for the full name, which stands for the Namibia Financial Institution Supervisory Authority. So in short, it stands for NAMFISA. Now, NAMFISA was established as an Act of Parliament. It's an Act of 2001, and it's a public enterprise, and we report to the Minister of Finance. The other thing that NAMFISA also does is that we exercise supervision over institutions in the non-bank industry, as I've explained earlier. We also advise the Minister of Finance on matters related to the financial institutions in Namibia. There's an added one that we're given where we also have to ensure there's enforcement and compliance with regards to the Financial Intelligence Act. Another one where financial literacy initiatives comes in FLI, where we work closely together with them, is consumer protection. And when we say consumer protection, it's really not only the law, but also the education that we give to consumers. So consumer protection is very, very important. Another important one that NAMFISA does is that we ensure financial inclusion. And for that, we have different projects and different things that we are doing to ensure that me and you, the ordinary Namibian, is included in this whole financial industry in the country. So that is what NAMFISA does, firstly. So now that you know what the mandate is, what NAMFISA then has under it is we have a division called Corporate Communication and Consumer Education, because remember, we said we are responsible for consumer protection, right? And protection is not only the laws, but also the education. We need to educate our people on their rights and their responsibilities. And once you are empowered in knowing as to what does the law say in terms of how I should be treated by a financial institution, be it banking or non-banking, what protects me? How am I protected? And you will only be protected once you're educated and once you know what the law allows. So what we do then as NAMFISA, we administer the law. There is a law that we are administering for every institution that we are regulating and supervising. And what we often say is that once you feel that you are not treated fairly by any institution within Namibia, be it the banking or non-banking or anything that has to do with money, we always say, come and ask NAMFISA, let us help you, or let us send you to the correct people that you should be speaking to. So firstly, that's our mandate. So when I say institutions that we regulate and supervise, we have a lot of institutions that we regulate and supervise. We have over 15,733 institutions that we regulate within NAMFISA. That's what keeps us awake at night. And because of the work that we do, and because of our intervention and people coming to complain to NAMFISA, we were able to ensure that over 11 million has gone back to people's pockets, because if you were not treated fairly, you came to complain to NAMFISA, we followed it up for you, we're able then to tell these institutions to pay back the money, literally, as they say, to ensure that our consumers are treated fairly.
Ms. Raymond, why is regulation so important in a financial system? What would happen if institutions operate without oversight?
Regulation is really important, not only from a business perspective, but also from a policy perspective and from a consumer protection perspective, because regulation ensures that people are treated fairly, number one. Regulation also ensures that the playing field is leveled, that we treat all regulated entities or institutions, financial institutions, equally, because there are regulations that speaks to everybody. Regulations is also there to ensure that whatever it is that we do, it is within the ambit of the law. It falls within what the mandate is of the financial industry. So regulation as a result is really very important for fairness, for transparency, and also for protecting the consumer.
What are some of the most common questions or complaints that NAMFISA receives from the public? Are there any recurring issues that speak to pension withdrawals, insurance claims, or microlending practices?
Sure. What you have mentioned are actually some of the queries we received at NAMFISA in terms of complaints. Just to give you a wider picture is that in terms of pension funds, we regulate over 78 pension funds within Namibia. Medical aids, we have 8 medical aids in Namibia. Friendly societies that we also actually call stokvels, yes. Stokvels must be regulated, they are regulated, they must be registered with NAMFISA. Come and find out how to register your stokvel. Because as far as we are concerned on our books, there's only one in Namibia. And me and you know on the street how many there are. All those colleagues who gather at work, put money together, and then in December they buy, it's a stokvel. Please come and register, come and find out how you can be protected being part of this stokvel. There are ways that it should be done. The other one that we have is long-term insurance companies and intermediaries. There are over 14,000 of them in Namibia. Short-term insurance companies where you have insurance for your car or for your house, also over 14,000 of those in Namibia. We also have unit trust companies where you go and save your money. Yes, I said banking falls under Bank of Namibia, remember? But unit trust falls under NAMFISA. So we are the ones that regulate and supervise the unit trust aspect, even if it falls under a bank. So we have 21 of those. When it comes to investment managers, they must be registered. We need to know about them. And the entities that we have on our books, the number of them is 31. If you know of somebody having a company in any of these areas that I'm speaking to and they are not registered, we are saying it's an illegal business, ne? It's prohibited, as our previous president said, to do business while you are not registered. And that is throughout the country. Also, microlenders. We call them cash loans. By law, they are called microlenders. There's a Microlending Act of 2018 that actually oversees that area. We have a lot of them. We have 560 microlenders in Namibia, and the numbers are really rising daily. So we have a lot of microlenders in Namibia. It's an area seen as a good business, I suppose. Stock exchanges also, we regulate them. The Namibia Stock Exchange, we only have one at the moment in Namibia. In terms of stockbrokers and central security depositories, we have 4 stockbrokers and central securities. So in any of these areas, the type of complaints you can bring has to do with any of these entities that I've mentioned to you. If you feel you are not treated fairly, you come and complain to NAMFISA. If you treat that they are not honoring the contract that you signed that said that in the event something happens under your pension fund, your medical aid, under your insurance, under the microlending, whichever area that we regulate, you feel it is not fair and it is not right, do not sit at home and hope things will get better. Come and complain. We want to know what are these issues and what are the conduct issues, because we are here to protect you, but we are also here to make sure that the entities that we regulate do the right thing. So one of the things, a lot of complaints we receive is overcharging, where people are overcharged. The other one that we've seen a lot is that where people would ask for a product or service to stop. I no longer want this product or service. And you have written the letter as per the contract, the 30-day notice you have given, but then this entity will continue deducting that money while you have asked them several times in black and white to stop it. The other one that we have also seen is that a lot of people have contracts that are not signed. How do you continue if a contract is not signed? So if a contract is not signed, there is no deal. But yet some entities would still be withdrawing money from these people just because they presented the idea to them. And in hindsight, they said, yes, I'll think of it or I'll take it, but they didn't sign. So if somebody has not signed, there is no deal. So we also have those. People would come and complain and they would get their money back. The other one that we have seen, especially in the microlending space, is that the microlenders would take people's IDs, people's passports. It is now even extended to people's ATM cards and even driver's licenses, so that you can come and get your personal documents only when you have done that payment. That is also against the law. So it's another complaint that we receive a lot. So what we are saying that if you feel you are not treated fairly, in fact, nobody is allowed to have your original identity document or your original driver's license but yourself. Anybody that advances whatever idea it is for them to take it away from you because you have taken a certain product or service is wrong. It's a conduct issue. The conduct is not correct, and we are saying come and report to NAMFISA. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Raymond, where does financial literacy fit into your regulatory mandate? Why is financial education just as important as enforcement?
Part of our mandate is consumer protection. And for us, when it comes to consumer protection for us really looks at educating the consumer. Except for the law that is there, we are there to supervise and to regulate and to administer the law. The other one is consumer protection and consumer inclusion, financial inclusion for the consumer. So at NAMFISA, we have a department particularly just doing consumer education. And our department has a lot of different activities. We have a year plan, we have a 5-year strategy, we collaborate with FLI, we collaborate with other equally important stakeholders to ensure that consumers are protected. And when we say consumers, it's anybody that is taking out a financial product or a service, be it banking or non-banking. Of course, our focus is on the non-bank because that's what we regulate and that's what we supervise. But the consumer education department of NAMFISA is also strategically placed under the office of the CEO. This is to ensure that consumer education is receiving the attention that it really needs. We know that financial literacy is a concern in our country, but what we want to ensure is to make sure that as much as possible we educate and we ensure literacy of our consumers with financial products and financial services, and above all, on their rights and their responsibility. It is important for me to mention that yes, there are rights and their responsibilities. As much as you have rights, it is also your responsibility as a consumer to do right. Because we know that sometimes consumers give false information for them to be able to get a product or service. Now, the business that you're going to get that product or service from also has a right to take you on if you're bringing false documentation or false pay slips or false information. Yes, they also have the right to take you on. So it's your responsibility as a consumer to ensure that you also do right when it comes to the financial industry.
How does NAMFISA support the financial literacy initiative in broader financial education efforts here in Namibia?
All right. Firstly, we are part of the Financial Literacy Initiative, a platform supporters group. So we are an active platform supporter. I'm sure the FLI team will say that NAMFISA is usually one of those that would really come out and assist and ensure that we get the correct information.
Definitely.
And they would always come out and when we are required to come and assist. But we also have that collaboration in such a way that we do also ask people or tell people about the Financial Literacy Initiative. We do tell them that call the office, find out about it. They can come and do a presentation at this and that institution. Sometimes we'll even invite the FLI to come with us. And when we are doing activations or roadshows or going to Ngodiva Trade Fair, we'd often check with FLI where they are because we want to be next to them, because in terms of mandate of consumer protection and consumer education, we're doing the same thing. So our efforts, if we just bring them together and all other institutions that are in the financial literacy initiatives space, we can work together. And I think that is what we are doing as NAMFISA. We're looking at smart partnerships with institutions like FLI, the Bank of Namibia, the entities that we regulate, with government institutions, with academia, tertiary institutions, and that's how we are going about, depending on our plan and activities that we have for the year, to ensure that financial literacy and financial education is really something that we are driving in Namibia. Thank you.
Okay, are there any new regulatory updates, such as public awareness campaigns or upcoming engagements that the public should be aware of?
Yes, absolutely. We're always busy in terms of consumer education space. At the moment, our focus is on FIMA, the Financial Institutions Markets Act, and we are educating people on FIMA, on what FIMA stands for and the benefits for FIMA. While we are at it, I think just quickly, FIMA, I need to mention that it's not a regulations law, because the perception out there is that it's there for retirements or pension funds. No. FIMA is a law that has 10 different chapters. Now, in these chapters are all the different areas that we regulate. It's the pension funds, it's the medical aid, it's the microlending that we call cash loans, it's the stock exchange, and so on and so forth. So it's 10 different chapters. Now, one of the chapters within the law, Chapter 5 we call it, is the one on preservation, is the one on retirements. And that's where everybody thinks that FIMA is about retirement, the 75-25. Now that chapter, particularly that regulations where we advise the minister on 75-25, has been taken out by the Minister of Finance from FIMA entirely. Now that doesn't mean the law falls flat. The law still has all the other 10 chapters. And in fact, the retirement chapter is still there. It's only that regulation that speaks about 75-25 that has been removed from FIMA. Now, there's a lot of benefits on FIMA, and I think it's a discussion for another day, because there are benefits per chapter for FIMA, for me and you, where I'll just quickly, for example, say that we are looking at contracts. When contracts are signed, we always have these long legal languages with thin, small letters that we don't understand. Now, FIMA is advising against things like that. We can have a contract of 2-3 pages, and the font is big, and you understand the language is not legal. It's language that everybody is able to understand. So I should come back for FEMA for sure. Then we can speak about FEMA in detail. It's really an interesting conversation. So FEMA is the one. The other one that we're also busy with is the Consumer Credit Bill. Now, the Consumer Credit Bill is the one that protects a consumer that takes out anything on credit where you don't pay cash. So it's a bill where we worked with the Ministry of Finance, with the Bank of Namibia, with GIZ, and the Ministry of Trade. So we came up with this bill. The bill is really at an advanced stage. As we speak, we were advocating for people to give their input into the bill. We did advocacy. We went around all the regions. We were in all the regions of Namibia. Some of the regions we went back twice to get input from the public on what they want to see in terms of the consumer credit bill. That has been done and it has been finalized. It has been given to the Minister of Finance. They have studied it, and we are coming back, and now we are busy with the final input to the consumer credit bill. We have received really good input from fellow Namibians, and we are really thankful for that. But just before we go and make it an act, or the minister applies her mind final time, we are going back and say, are there any other new ideas, not previous ideas, that were shared throughout the country on the consumer credit bill? Please bring them. You have until this time, and then from there it will go. We do not have a law at the moment to protect me and you when we take out credit. If you buy a car, if you buy a house, if you're a furniture shop, if you take clothing, if you take a contract for a cell phone, all of those things, anything on credit, we are not protected. It's discretionary. So what we are saying now is that we want a law, so that we are really ensuring that the playing field is leveled. It is fair in terms of the type of interest rates that are charged, in terms of the periods these contracts are, how these contracts look like. Are they easy? Can I change my mind after 2 days to say, I don't want this fridge anymore? I'm bringing it back. It's still standing in the box. Just as you came to deliver it, I'm bringing it back. Maybe you just charge me a handling fee that will be regulated, but take back your fridge. I'll not be able to pay it back in the next 3 to 5 years. So that's what the consumer credit bill is. That's the other one that we are busy with. So maybe those are the two main laws we are pushing as a regulator.
Awesome. What is one principle every Namibian should follow before signing any financial agreement or contract?
I think firstly, if it's too good to be true, it's really too good. Okay? So make sure that when you sign up for a product or service, is it really reasonable? Will it perform? Will it happen? So I think that's the first principle. The other principle you need to have really is that, will I afford this? We have a lot of people driving cars they have no business driving, but because their friends are driving it and because they want to impress other people, they go and put themselves into that situation that can lead to really bad and dire consequences. So if you cannot afford it, let's put it plainly, stay in your lane. Do not do things to impress other people. You don't know where their fortune comes from. So that would be my principles.
Very well said. Ms. Raymond, could you just take us through the complaint process? Can people come directly to NAMFISA to raise their concerns?
Absolutely. We have a dedicated complaints department at NAMFISA. It is important for me to mention now that when you come and complain to NAMFISA, it is at no cost. We find people that are not treated fairly in different areas that we regulate and supervise, and they would get legal assistance and pay all these amounts. First, come to NAMFISA. If you feel you're not treated fairly by any of the regulated entities that we regulate, that we supervise, come to NAMFISA first so that we can help you. We will assist you the correct way to check if things were done as per contract and if things are done correctly. So it's for free. Because it has become a business for some people that they will take complaints for you on behalf of the person to NAMFISA, then they charge you. But you can do it yourself, and you can do it in any language. And there's so many ways you can do it. You can go on our website. There's a complaints form that you fill out. You can we even take faxes up to now. You can send a fax, you can write a letter in any language, we'll translate it for you. What we are saying is that all complaints must be reduced to writing. We'll help you fill out the form if you can't. So come to NAMFISA first. You can go on our website, all the information is there. The information is also on all our socials. We have a toll-free number that you can call if you do not have money to complain, 0800-290-500. That's a number you can call. It's a toll-free number from your cell phone, and then you can register your complaint. However, what we are saying is that before you come to NAMFISA, please exhaust your complaint with the service provider. So go to the service provider you have a contract with that is supposed to give you a certain service or product. But when you do that, please have your paper trail. Know who you have spoken to. Know which date, their name, their number, their email address. If you have access to email, write emails. Keep that paper trail. The responses, let them not give you responses over the counter or over the phone. When they say, no, we cannot do this for what reason, please ask them, can you put that in writing and email it to me? Because when you are coming to complain to NAMFISA, we are using that to ensure that you are treated fairly. So please do come and report to NAMFISA so that we can tell you what is right and what is not right. We have just the past financial year, just in 1 year, because people came to complain, over 11 million that went back to people's pockets because the products or service was not delivered. But when we intervened as the regulator, people were able then to receive their monies.
Financial stability requires both regulation as well as responsibility. Ms. Raymond, thank you so much for coming to the FLI podcast and sharing insights which help, I'm convinced it will now help our listeners understand their rights as well as their responsibilities in the financial system.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And if allowed, I would just like to say that one of the things that you must do as a person that has some cash in Namibia and you are put on what we call ITC, I'd like to give you some information around it. If you are on ITC, or let's say if you know of somebody on ITC, please tell them, firstly, you should get your ITC report. It's very, very important. And the ITC report doesn't mean that you are only listed because you have bad credit. No. So ITC report for me and for you and for everybody else is a report that lists you for every time you got credit. So when I was 21 years old and I opened a clothing account with this clothing shop, that report will indicate from the first time I took out credit and how I behaved with my credit, if I paid it off or not, until the credit I took out this morning. So for those I didn't pay, it will indicate. The importance of you having that credit report, number one, is that we have seen cases where people's identity has been stolen, identity theft. People will take your ID and your payslip and go take out a loan, as an example, and you don't know. Somebody might be driving a car on your name, and you don't know about it because you don't know your records. You don't get your ITC records. What is even very important, what is even very nice, is that you are allowed to have an ITC report of yourself every third year for free. You don't pay for it. So if I get an ITC report this year and I still want another ITC report for next year, I pay a minimal fee, and it's usually a fee not higher than $300 for you to be able to get. But then the third year, I can get again for free. So my advice is, please make sure you check up all these ITC institutions when they call you, or you can Google them up or chat, whatever, and ask for your report so that you know where you stand in terms of your financial standing. The other thing I also say that if you are listed on ITC, I heard of people saying that they've been on ITC for more than 10 years. That's not right. Go to the regulator and find out. You're supposed to get off. There are terms and conditions. There are ways for you to be on ITC. You shouldn't be there. It's not a life sentence. So please get your records, speak to the regulators, get the correct information. Thank you very much.
Well, there we have it from Ms. Raymond. If you have any more questions, do leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and do follow us on all of our social media platforms. That is the Financial Literacy Initiative Namibia on X, Instagram, Facebook, as well as TikTok. Do follow NAMFISA as well on...
We are on X, we are on LinkedIn, we are very corporate at the moment, but we also have a website just for consumer education. We have a consumer education website on NAMFISA where you can get a lot of information, most of the things that I spoke to today. We also big on Facebook. We are starting off TikTok, so there are some videos as well on TikTok, and we are of course on Instagram.
All right. So from us, it's goodbye.